Welcome back, eh? This is the Canadian Silver Seeker, and I hope you guys are having another great day like I am. Well, this week I happened to have already gotten my $10 or my $5, got a $10 of silver already this week. But I was bored on Saturday and I kind of wanted to go see the LCS, but I didn't have quite enough for another $5 of quarters. So I figured, what else is on my list for 2025 for goals? And then I remembered, oh yeah, that's right. I still need a 2025 Maple. So I phoned up the LCS to see if he had any already. He did have some. I checked the price. It was actually cheaper than even the bullion sites. I was actually thinking about buying one off a CIBC just to see if they would ship one coin under $100. However, CIBC does charge tax in my province on bullion. And so it would have made it more expensive. And I don't know, I might in the future just do that for a giggle and for a video when I have $50 extra. But I had $50 cash, and like I said, I was bored, so I took myself a trip to the LCS and picked myself up the 2025 Maple. As you can see, the 2025 Maple has King Charles III's head on it, just like the 2024 version. And yeah, I'll be able to add this to my collection. As you can see, in front of us there are 46 unique different maples. There is no reproduction amongst this, but they go all the way from 1987, the first silver maple. And yes, you heard that right, 1987, not 1998, the United States AMC Mint, if you look in the right-hand corner there, made a silver maple the year before Canada did. So yeah, I picked this up quite a while ago from Send to Georgie. We did a trade. I didn't know about it when I started collecting these. And when I decided, I think it was actually this one that made me decide, why have two tubes of maples rather than just a collection of every year? This collection did cost me a little bit more. There's the 1987, and then actually the first year of the Canadian Maple Leaf, 1988. There are a few rare years out there, so like I say, the collection did cost me a little bit more than if I was to just buy a tube of maples one year, or random years, or whatever. But it tickled my fancy, so that's what I did. There are 39 maples specifically from 87 all the way to 2025. Yeah, and then I've got some extra ones in here, like the big privies there, 25, or I'm not sure if that's called a privy. I call it a privy. They got 25 and they got a 31. I was hoping they were going to come out with the 35 one in 2023, but they did not. So yeah, the 25, we got the 30, we got some in-cuss ones. Yeah, other than that, most of them are basic maples. Other than, I do have a couple privies. I got the 1999 privy as well as the 2000, which is the only coin to have a privy. I don't know, I had them in order and then I had to move stuff around to get to my computer there. So they're all out of order now. There's a 2000. This is the only maple that has a privy. It's the fireworks privy, and this particular year didn't come out with any maple that didn't have a privy, so this is the most basic one in 2000. Other than that, I have, like I say, 1987 all the way to 2025 without privies. But there are a few in this pile here with privies. I got the dragon privy from 2024. yeah, a couple small privies. I'm not going to collect all the privies. There's so many, and there's some really rare ones out there. So this is as far as my collection is going to go, unless I see a specific one that I like. I like the Bigfoot privy, but I don't know. I'm not going to pay $100 for it. Just $50 premium just to have a picture on it that when it gets sold is going to be worth no more than the value of the silver. So yeah, that's what I've done with mine. I had someone reach out actually on my old video when I showed all of my silver maples as to the sources that I got these from. I got these from all kinds of sources. As I decided that I wanted to collect them all, like I said, I got some from YouTube. I got one from Georgie. We did a trade. If you don't know, send to Georgie's channel. Check him out. I'm going to put a description in the link below. He's amazing. Love his channel. It's one of my favorites. But yeah, I got from YouTube channels. I got from my LCS. While I was on vacation, I looked at multiple LCSs. I always kept a list of these are the ones that I need still, like this year, this year, this year. And here's the cheapest price that I can find it online. So online, I would always check places like eBay. I would stick away from any United States sellers due to the customs and fees and taxes that you get hit with as it comes across the border. But I also multiple online sources like J&M or JNDM coins, I believe. The link will be in the description below. Colonial Acres. There was a bunch of different places that I used that had a lot of different years of maples listed. I noticed when the gentleman asked me what where the sources were, I realized that some of those sources actually don't seem to have some of the years listed. But I said, hey, I'm never above phoning them up and saying, hey guys, do you happen to have this year or these years? Give them a small list and say, hey, what would be the price? Take your time, look it up, give me a call back, send me a message, an email, whatever. You'll get a lot of help from places. You always got to keep into account, well, you're going to be paying for shipping when you do that, so you got to factor that into your prices. But that's how I collected this set. I just kept a list, and as I wanted to acquire one, I made sure I was using the cheapest possible source to get it, and quite often I acquired more than one at a time, especially for online, due to the shipping. It's better to buy multiple than one at a time and get hit with shipping every single time. So yeah, what else can I talk about? I can talk about my silver dollar spreadsheet. So I did a little bit of sorting, and I was like, I wonder how much all of the Canadian silver dollars weigh. So if you had every one of the 273, now keep that number, how would you say, the Canadian Silver Seeker is not 100% sure that there are only 273 different Canadian silver dollars. There's a few of them out there. I believe the one of the old junk silver dollars, I think it's a Parliament building one or something like that. That's actually the Charlottetown. I forget what year, maybe 49. But the Charlottetown one actually shows in New Mista that they had a regular circulated version and then a proof version as well. And I honestly, I looked those, I'm not a coin dealer, so I don't know for sure, but I looked them up and I don't see any real difference. And I know there's a lot of years out there, especially in the really old silver dollars, that came out with just a regular circulated version and then proof-like versions as well. So I don't know why that specific year is broken out. Plus, there are a few other ones that I was not quite certain of. There's a couple loonies that are broken out. They have loonies from 2013 all the way to 2022 or something like that, but then somewhere else it breaks out and it talks about the 2015 one and then the 2021 and 2022, I think, or Once again, the exact dates I'm not sure, but the Canadian Silver Seeker is not sure. So there, I'm going to say there are approximately 275 unique Canadian silver dollars. And just in my spreadsheet of 273, when I put all of those and added all of their weights up, the kilos, the 10 ounce, the 5 ounces, the 2 ounces, the 1 ounces, the all of them, all 3/4, when I put them together, it was approximately 282 ounces. So if you had a Canadian silver dollar set with every one of those unique silver dollars, and some of those are super expensive, you could bet that you would get the spot value of 282 ounces. That's probably what you would get if you went and sold it, other than you might get some extra for the 1948, and if you really pressured them and you knew what you were selling, well, then you could get some extra money for some of them, like the 2007 loonies that can be very rare, like the gold-plated rattle one, and the just the one from the anniversary set that looks just like a regular loonie. However, it's silver and not even gold-plated, actually, so it looks a little different than a regular loonie because it would be actually silver. The 2008 is like that as well, but that one is a little bit more common. It comes in multiple sets: the baby rattle set, the anniversary set, blah blah blah. There's a few sets that it comes in. So but yeah, anyways, like I was saying, you might get a couple extra bucks for those if you pushed for it, but if you took in your set to LCS and you're pressured to sell it, that's what you're gonna get: 282 ounces out of the 275 unique Canadian silver dollars. Now, once again, there's other ones in there that if you had them all, you'd probably be pressuring for more money: the 10 ounce, the kilos, so on and so forth. If you didn't, that's just it. If you don't collect silver, if your family gets it, they don't know, and so they're just gonna sell it. So beware, guys. Less premium silver. That is my resolution for 2025. Not no premium silver, but just less. And so this is that's gonna fall into that category. This is not premium silver. This is just a basic bullion coin, and it was not super expensive. There's definitely premiums on it. Premiums on most silver nowadays. At least there's no taxes on that one from the LCS, being that it's pure bullion silver. The other thing that I did was I just worked out the weight of the 175 silver dollars that the Canadian Silver Seeker has. I have a weight of 114.5 ounces. So that's what I could expect to get from it if it was ever sold or sold in a hurry. That's what I could expect to get. To piece out those 175 silver dollars is going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort, and that's kind of part of the reason why I don't know if the Canadian Silver Seeker is going to go forward collecting silver loonies. I don't know if it's worth it. I really don't think it is. I'm most likely never going to get them all. I'm never going to spend $1,000 on that 2007 one unless I become rich. And the Canadian Silver Seeker, don't see that in the near future. Knock on wood, maybe things would be great one day, and I don't know, but it's not going to happen. I don't buy lottery tickets. I'm not in a family where someone's going to pass away, where I'm going to get a lot of wealth. I'm also not looking to create a business or sell a bunch of stuff, and it's not like I just have no ideas for it. It's not like I wouldn't if I had a great idea, but that's the Canadian Silver Seeker's life. That's probably more than you wanted to know, so I'm gonna shut it off at this point. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Remember, it doesn't cost you a single piece of silver or gold to like and subscribe. You guys mean the world to me. Happy stacking, eh?